Hello and welcome to Rooted in Yad, where I talk about what it's really like living in Jamaica so that you can know what to expect and how to thrive if you are planning to make the move here. And today is part 2 of why I moved from Canada to Jamaica, because as I said, there are a lot of people who have been interested in why I would move from a more developed country to a developing country. If you haven't watched part 1, I'm going to link it in the comments and in the description. You may want to watch it because I give some prior context that I think is important for you to understand, or maybe know. I give some prior context that I think is important for you to know before I get into the points about like my first experience with Jamaica and all that happened there. And then, I give some reasons about why I moved here. But this is part 2. And as I said, I'm gonna do this, I think, in like 3 or 4 parts because these videos were kind of long. So this is part 2. And I'm just gonna get into it. Another reason we moved back is the beautiful weather, right? Like, I was quite tired of the Canadian winter. On top of everything else, then you have to deal with winter. So, I was tired of it, tired of having to cycle through clothes, tired of having to deal with the snow and the slush every time I wanted to go out to just go get groceries. Like, it gets annoying. It gets old real quick. And especially considering Canada's cold a decent chunk of the year, and I'm like, I think I deserve better than that. I think I deserve to live in a place where the air doesn't hurt my face. The next reason I'm going to mention is that I wanted the ability to grow my food year round. So that's another reason for Jamaica, because I talked about this in a previous video about why I love Jamaica, but the fact that you can grow food here year round, like, that's absolutely amazing to me, right? Because in Canada you can't, I explained with the winter, you can't do that. The majority of the year is cold. You get like what, 2-3 months of summer, 2-3 good months of like, it sucks. The weather is not great in Canada, but here you can grow food all year round. Now, I'm not saying that like people in Jamaica don't go hungry sometimes, but like, I don't know, I don't hear people dying of starvation in Jamaica, right? Like, if you're in Jamaica and you don't have food, you can go beg somebody some rice, or better yet, you can like go pick some fruit. You can literally go pick some fruit off of a tree, even if you're thieving. I'm not saying that I'm encouraging that. I'm just saying it's possible. Right? It's possible. Like, my husband would tell me stories of how when he was going to school and he was hungry, or coming from school and he and his friends were hungry, they'd like hop in somebody's backyard and take some mango. You know what I mean? In Canada, you can't do that, right? Food grows in abundance here. It's possible for that to happen. In Canada, you can't do that. When you're broke, you're just broke. When you're hungry, you're just hungry. You can't. There's nothing like that. Yeah, there are food banks, as I said in my other video as well, but like, those food banks are also running out of food. So, and then because of the weather in Canada, you're dependent on the grocery stores all year round. So you're subject to whatever prices they want to give you. And these grocery stores be having record profits. I'm like, why is a grocery store having record profits? When it's, it's an essential. People need food. What do you mean you have record profits? What do you mean bread is $7? Anyway, let me not get into it. I don't live there. Let me not get into it. Yeah, it's like things like that. Like, the other day, my husband went to his parents' place. Actually, we went there because I saw it, but we went there and there's like a tree hanging over one of the lanes, and there was just like a bunch of ackee. It was just hanging, like you could literally reach up and grab it. Like, it was just. And so he and his friends went and they took some ackee. I guess I don't know, I guess it's there for everybody. They went and took some ackee. There was still a lot more ackee on the tree. Like, there's just so much food sometimes, depending on where you are, that people have to share with other people, because if it's just gonna go bad. Like, we've had friends come and give us mangoes and stuff like that because there's just too much. There's just too much. It's so in abundance, and it just grows. I don't know, I think we like threw some seeds outside or something and something started growing. Like, this is what I mean. But in Canada, that would never happen. It could never, right? It's cold. Not the whole year is cold, but damn near the whole year is cold. It's just, you can't grow things all year round like that, right? And, you know, as I said, Canada has to import their food, almost all of it. So, yeah, just the fact, I went on a lot about this point. You could see how important it is to me. But the fact that I have the opportunity, like, I'm grateful for this. The fact that I have the opportunity to live in a place where food can just grow just all year round is just amazing to me. It's amazing to me, and I think that I'm so fortunate to live in a place like this. And I know, like, Jamaicans watch my channel, and I know some of them must be like watching thinking like, what do you mean you're grateful to live in Jamaica? Okay, whatever. If you don't get it, you don't get it, but I get it. And yeah, I'm just very grateful to be here. Okay, and that was a lot for that point. I'm gonna move on to the two other last points I have for this video. And this point is also related to food, but in Jamaica, I have access to a variety of fresh and wholesome foods, right? Which will leads to me having a healthier life. So at this point, I'm pretty much like unintentionally pescatarian because my husband spearfishes. It's like one of his favorite hobbies. So he spearfishes, and all we pretty much, unless we like go buy cooked chicken from like the cook shop or something, all we do is eat fish and seafood. Like, he spearfishes, we have our fish and we have our seafood. I think it's probably been at least a year now since I've like bought chicken to cook. Like, this is why I'm telling you, like, I'm unintentionally pescatarian at this point, and I don't mind. But either way, whether I'm buying chicken or whether it's the fish, like, the food is fresher. The food is much fresher. The fruits are fresher. The fruits are sweeter. The fruits just taste better. Like, even the carrots taste better out here. Like, the vegetables, because things are just more natural and they have time to just, you know, they're not force ripe or anything. It's just everything, the food tastes better and things are just fresher out here. And even with the seafood, right? Like, the other day my husband went and caught lobster because it's lobster season. He caught some lobster. We had lobster soup. And you know how many lobsters were in there? There were a lot of lobsters in there. You think I could just go do that in Canada, at least in Ontario? You know how much that would cost? Do you know how much that would cost? And I'm over here eating this for free. Like, outside of the time that he spends, the time he goes to spearfish and the money he spends for the gas, outside of that, it's free. Like, I could never have that in Canada. And then my last point, I'll just move on to my last point, is that another reason that I consider Jamaica is because it has been, honestly, so wonderful to be surrounded by people who look like me, right? Like, the majority of people here are, you know, they have my skin color or they're even darker. They have like the same hair texture as me, or they have even coilier hair. They wear the same hairstyles as I do, right? So like, I'm not feeling weird or out of place or anything like that. The other day, did I talk about how I went to get my TRN? Okay, yeah, I should have gotten it. I should have gotten it in 2015. I did. Listen, I came back and did things, okay? So I went and got my TRN, and the lady who was servicing me or helping me, she had her hair like this. She had her hair in a puff. It was a big, beautiful puff. And like, I love it. It is so affirming. It is so affirming to me, right? And I love how like Black people and Black women, or I should say, some people have an issue with the term Black, so Negro people or Negro women, I love how we are loved here, right? I mean, I talked about this in one of the dating videos I did, but like, growing up in Canada as a Negro woman, like, I didn't feel beautiful. Like, it took me a very long time, and I have people who can attest to this. It took me a very long time to feel beautiful, and I didn't even really feel desirable until I actually visited Jamaica. Like, that's to tell you, I went my whole life feeling like this, right? In Canada, you know, there's a lot of white people, and white people are the standard. And like, the closer you are to whiteness, the better it is for you. I guess it's kind of like that everywhere, but like, especially in Canada, right? So it has been so refreshing to come here and then to see me represented in the day-to-day, right? It's refreshing that, you know, when I come across the police here, like, I'm never, ever, 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 ever gonna have to worry about like being the wrong skin color, and like, that's gonna just like, I don't know, do something to them, and they're going to do something bad to me because I'm the wrong skin color, right? And I don't have to worry about being in the wrong skin color in the wrong place and that causing a problem, because there are still places in Canada like that. Like, okay, the racism in Canada is not as overt right now as the US. And I say right now because there is racism in Canada. Okay, there is racism in Canada. There's systemic racism. There is, but the racism is kind of subdued. Like, it's not so much, like, you see how, you know, you see all those headlines from the States of people dying just because they're black. In Canada, you're not going to find that, but it doesn't mean it won't impact you, because it will impact you. All the other day, my brother applied to a place to rent, and they messaged him back and said, no melanin. Sorry, no melanin. That's illegal. And I don't think my brother pursued it. I think he was just going through a lot, and my family was going through a lot at the time. I don't think he pursued it, but like, that still happens. That person was overt about it. This is why I said the racism in Canada isn't like the States right now, because I feel like it's getting closer to there. It's inching closer with, you know, Mr. Orange Man in office and everything. Anyway, I'm going to stop there. I'm not going to go any further with that. These are the reasons. So these are some of the reasons that I moved back to Jamaica. So I hope that you found this informative, helpful, or at least entertaining. If you did, do let me know. I would love to know. And also, like, hit the like button to let me know, because it also lets me know that you liked the video. But I do want to hear from you. I'd love to know, you know, I don't know. I'd love to know what your thoughts are. Like, did you resonate with anything that I mentioned, any of my reasons that I mentioned in this video? Does this encourage you? Does this make you feel more like, yes, I want to move to Jamaica? Or does this kind of like maybe make you think a little deeper and have more, I don't know, consideration about kind of where you want to go to? Let me know in the comments. I would love to know. And if you are planning to move here or even visit, right? If you're just even planning to visit, I did create some freebies that I think would be helpful to you. You know, I created these freebies to give you information about like what to bring, what to expect. And I even created a whole like calendar. So I created a calendar for like the end of 2025 and a whole calendar for 2026, so that you can understand when is the best time for you to come to Jamaica. So the calendar has things like I don't know, the typical seasons, the holidays, the typical events. Like if you want to come here during like a time that is more eventful, more like more things are happening, like you can look at this calendar and get a better idea about when to book your ticket. But outside of that, if you want even more support outside of my free resources, I do have a few resources to help your transition here go even smoother. So the first thing I'm going to mention is the Moving to Jamaica Starter Guide. This is available right now for $10. This is the early access price that you are getting. So for this price, you're getting parts 1 and 2 of the guide. Really, actually, you're getting whatever is completed. I'm completing this guide in parts and I'm releasing it. You are getting whatever is completed for this $10. Once the guide is completed, the price is going to go up, but you're getting this for $10. The table of contents, like it's not just like you kind of have to wonder what's going to be in this guide. The table of contents is going to be there on the site, so you can go to the site, take a look. If you're interested, go ahead and purchase it. I do think it'll be helpful, but again, grab it early if you're interested. Otherwise, the price will raise when the guide is complete, because that's the early access price. The next thing is the Clarity Workbook. So I think this is a great workbook to use if you're kind of unsure, like maybe you're considering Jamaica, maybe you're considering Jamaica and somewhere else, like you're kind of unsure about whether Jamaica kind of aligns with you, whether it'll gel with you and with your needs. Because as you can hear, I was very intentional. I have reasons, right, as to why I moved back to Jamaica. I was very intentional. Now, if you are kind of, you know, in the thinking stage, the Clarity Workbook might help you. It is based on my process of figuring out what I want in life, which I guess led me to Jamaica, right? So if this is something you're interested in, it's affordable. It's only $5. And then the last thing is my Grounded and Growing Journal. This is a guided space to help you like focus, stay grounded, and move forward with intention in your day-to-day. This is also based on the way that I currently journal, and it has really been helping me work through, I don't know, certain thoughts, certain feelings, as well as helping me keep like intentional on my other goals, because I have more goals than just like moving to Jamaica. Now that I'm here, I have other goals, right? So it helps me keep intentional and help me keep focused as well. It helps keep me growing into my goals, what I want, right? That was kind of cheesy. But anyway, if you're interested, it's only $7. These things are affordable. So you'll find everything in the comments and in the description if you're interested in any of these things. In the meantime, I appreciate you being here. If you like this video, do subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss what's coming next, and I'll see you in the next one.